Hello, my beautiful singles. Elsie here to do a reading for you. We are going to continue on with the single series. I'm really enjoying doing it, and it looks like you guys are enjoying watching it. So let's continue from here. But look, we're going to base it on the astrological changes, right? So we have going from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse, and then Aries and Saturn. Saturn and Neptune and Aries at zero conjunct today, the 20th of November, 20th of February. Why did I say November? And so it's no more fantasy, friend. That's it. Time's up. The clock is at midnight, and it's time to make a decision. So we're going to ask, are they stepping up? Or are they stepping out? Because this conjunction is also going to end some situationships. You know, the friends with benefits thing. It's going to end some situationships. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Are they brave enough to step up for you, to choose you? Let's find out what's going on for the collective singles. This could be for any sign, by the way. I'm going to call out the signs and symbols as you need to hear them or know them in order to know what's going on. Let's find out what is going on for the singles in this reset transit. This is going to reset your whole love life, how you look at your love life. And you're going to start to see things for what they are. Is this person stepping up or not? Because Aries is the pursuit, right? Saturn is accountability. He's a taskmaster. And Neptune is the spiritual pull. So if anything's going to go down, it's going to go down soon. Hang on a second. I just saw one of these things is not like the other. Here it is. I pulled one wrong card out of the deck that was below it here. Okay. Let's find out what's going on. Tell me about the singles. Tell me about the singles, please. We've got, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse, people. The universe is not playing. We're not playing here. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Look, I thought my deck might be in the reverse, but it's not. Very interesting. No worries. Oh, don't worry, be happy. Okay, that's what I just heard. Charlie giving me a lot of songs for you today. Faith in the reverse, right? You've lost faith in somebody. And I feel like you're done worrying about the situation. The sun is here. It's the breakthrough, friend. So if you are a person who is about to make a decision, I feel like it's right here. It feels like you have some sort of a breakthrough. That I'm done with the worry. I'm done with worrying. I'm done with worrying about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. Are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? It feels like somebody here is not in commitment energy. When the Hierophant energy comes in the reverse, it feels like somebody is sidestepping some sort of commitment or is non-committal. It also could be also that we have been in this non-traditional relationship, which could account for a situationship or a friends with benefits situation. It feels like somebody here is coming to a realization. So it could be the person who had you in this situationship is coming for a realization, or it could be you that's having the realization. Tell me what's going on. We've got Taurus, Leo, and Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. Something's becoming clear. The Four of Swords shows up. Fours are always about stability. We got swords, stability of the mind. Somebody is becoming very clear in the mind about what they want. Tell me more. We've got the Two of Swords. There's a decision on deck. It is make the decision or go. So I don't know if you're the one giving the ultimatum or if someone else is giving the ultimatum, but I think with the Sun and the Two of Swords, it's telling me it's time. It's time for me to listen to my intuition. I need balance in my life, and I don't need someone else to be dragging me around by the... Well, I'll tell you what I'm seeing because Charlie's giving me a lot of information about this reading today. When I was younger, I lived with my aunt and uncle, and they had this great big tank, and there was a little tiny turtle in there that was little guy, and there were big turtles in there, and they kept grabbing him by the tail and dragging him around the tank. That's what I just saw. So I feel like somebody's dragging you around. Like, we don't see any cups here. I think you're over the emotional drag around is what it feels like. Somebody here is having a realization that I got to be the one to bring this into balance, restore the energy, and make the decision out of clarity. It's like you need to make a decision, or you need to go. I'm going to move forward anyway. We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Five of Pentacles in the reverse is more about reconnection. I feel like you're reconnecting to yourself or reconnecting to your pentacle world. So that could be time, effort, energy, money, work, self, right? It could be all of those energies. I feel like you're coming out of a period of not being able to make a decision. We've got the Eight of Swords here. Not being able to make a decision because I feel as though you had put a lot of time or effort or energy into being happy, and you thought that this was your path to happiness. Tell me why the Nine of Swords is in the reverse. We've got the Ace of Swords. Yep, clarity. Clarity and aha moment. Like 10 swords is here. Something here has to end or change. We've got the Justice card because I need justice, right? We got Libra here and Libra here. Something has to be restored. Somebody needs to step up and give you clarity about what's actually going on here, and bring things into balance and into harmony. Someone needs to do the right thing. The Four of Cups, or I'm just going to reject the whole damn thing. I'm interested now with this Hierophant in reverse here. Tell me what this is. What is this Hierophant in reverse? We've got the Five of Cups, we've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Page of Cups. So for some of you, they're going to surprise you. I feel like somebody might say here that we can keep this going as long as it stays in a non-traditional way. This person doesn't want to move in. They're not interested in being married. They don't want to have children. It feels like it's non-traditional, which means that we don't define roles. It means that we live in our own houses and we meet together. And I mean, that might be something that you want to do. I mean, take your side, right? Everybody's going to make a decision. It may not be for you. And for some of you watching, it may be for you. We do have we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. We've got the Five of Cups, and so I think for some of you, this is not a suitable solution for you. I don't think you want to carry on with this any longer, the way it's been going, and I feel like the Five of Cups is like, this doesn't make me happy. Having a non-traditional relationship and just not being married and not being together in the same household while we build a family, maybe it's children we're talking about, that is not going to work for me. So I feel like you realize that somebody here is got to either end it, or you're going to reject it, or it's got to come to a place of doing the right thing. So let's talk about this Sun, because it feels like there's some realizations going on here. What I want to say is that somebody has been observing the other person that they've been seeing, possibly that you've been dating. It feels like, we are talking singles. And to me, when I do a reading for singles, my intention is you're not married. So it tells me whatever singledom is for you. So you could have met somebody and it could be new, because this is the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. It could have been something you didn't plan. It could be something that shocked you or surprised you, like it showed up out of nowhere. And I feel like you are getting to know somebody here. And although I think that you hoped that this was going to move into a more stable place, I think that it's becoming more and more clear about someone here that maybe you have fundamental differences with this person. Now, I'm not saying that maybe it can't work that way, because some of you might be okay with that. I'm single. I've always said to my friends, if I could just meet somebody who would just be like in my life and have fun and do cool things with, but would leave me alone 90% of the time, I'd be good. Maybe that's you. Tell me what the Sun says, please. Tell me what the Sun says. We got the King of Cups. So you're acknowledging, and you see what is really clear is that there's a lot of deep feelings here. but also that someone here is having a hard time bringing those feelings to the surface. This is somebody here who has a hard time connecting to their feelings. They could be a Leo with Scorpio energy. They could be a Scorpio with Leo energy. It feels like somebody here is very passionate and fun and exciting and gets you laughing and all of that stuff. But when it comes to deep emotional things, they keep everything tucked away. This person is great on the surface, Leo. They're great under the spotlight. But when it comes to showing their deepest feelings, I feel like this person is someone who has a hard time doing that. We've got the Queen of Swords. I feel like there's going to be a conversation here between you and somebody else where we've really got to talk about what we're creating here, right? It's the moment of reckoning, friends. Yeah. Are you going to pursue something stable and contractual with me? Contracts are 2 of Swords. Or are we not doing this? Because it feels like what are we creating is going to be the question. The Queen of Swords and the Magician. Look, I know that it's like the conversation goes a little bit like, I know you got all the resources. I know that you've got all of the tools to make things contractual with us, right? To do the right thing. That's Libran energy, the Queen of Swords. But it's time we had that hard conversation about feelings, because I feel like somebody that it could be you, but it could be the other person. Take it as it resonates for you. I'm doing a general reading for all signs. It feels like somebody here is really great in swords, which means that they tickle your brain. They know a lot of things. They teach you a lot of things. Somebody that, those people that you meet that you just never run out of things to talk about, those people. But I think that when it comes to it, this person is very detached from their feelings. And so they're detached from their emotional self. They're someone who fires up your brain, someone who gives you a lot of information, teaches you things. You have lots of great conversations, but I need to know, what are we creating here? Because my wish fulfillment, like I feel like I'm speaking for you, viewer, like my wish fulfillment here is that we be really straight up with each other about how deep these emotions flow. Because I see that you're great at parties. My family loves you. My friends love you. Like I feel like everything is going really great until it comes to talking about serious things. Queen of Swords is very serious and very honest and truthful with themselves about what's going on here. So I could be talking about someone who is a Libra, who sees things in a more intellectual way, or taking the emotion out of it. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I want to talk about emotions, but let's talk about that intellectually. Like, are you able to connect to your emotions? It feels like you're dealing with someone who's a stoic, or someone who's very detached. Queen of Swords is detached. King of Cups is deep feelings. Someone who really is detached from their deep feelings and covers it up with fun, excitement. Let's go out. Let's be amongst our friends. Maybe they don't want to spend a lot of time alone. Tell me what this 2 of Swords is. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the 9 of Wands, and we've got the Devil. Well, there we go. I feel like somebody here feels like they're on the hamster wheel. It feels like I'm getting exhausted with being on the hamster wheel. Am I in something that I'm just codependently attached to? And I feel like, I never noticed this before, that there's somebody sitting on this sand timer. If you can see it there, sitting on the sand timer, it feels like somebody here's running out of time. Either you feel like you're running out of time, or somebody here feels like they're running out of time with you. But it feels like the hamster wheel. We're doing something obsessively. It feels like there is an aggressive conversation that's about to show up that could end up being heartbreaking for some of you. But I feel like for others of you, it feels like with the 5 of Pentacles here, with the 4 of Swords, that somebody might be reconnecting to you to give you some sort of clarity about what's going on here. That I do want to heal this. It feels like for some of you, I do want to heal this. Tell me about this. We've got the page, not the page, but the Ace of Coins, the Star, and the Ace of Cups. It does feel like that somebody here does want to give you clarity after not seeing you for a while. It feels like that we've not really been talking to each other, but now we're going to have some sort of reconnection. Maybe you call a meeting. Maybe you call the summit meeting. Maybe they do. But it feels like somebody here wants to reconnect to get some clarity about what's going on. That could be you or them. And so it feels like the Ace of Coins tells me that somebody is like what are we doing with this investment? We've got this coin. Are we planting the seed or are we not? Because my wish fulfillment is looking me in the face, and I've got hope that the Ace of Cups is actually here, that you are actually the love that I've been looking for. So I feel like there's a conversation that is going to be showing up during some sort of reconnection process here. Why are we reconnecting? Somebody's been holding back their emotions. It feels like the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups is somebody here is still holding on to a past connection, holding on to past hurts. They are heavily burdened by some sort of nostalgic thought process. It feels like they're stuck on an ex or stuck on, maybe they got hurt before. That's the reason that they're holding back. Six of Cups, Ten of Wands. I feel like somebody is very burdened by past experience, and that's why they end up ghosting and coming back and ghosting and coming back. And when I say ghosting, maybe you just don't, maybe you text them and you don't hear from them for 3 days. It feels like, these little periods of silent pockets. And you don't really know what they want or what they're doing because it feels like somebody's holding back. Tell me, if we do have this conversation, what is the outcome? Because the Page of Cups is here with the Hierophant in the reverse. So it might be surprising that they might suggest, after observing you, that maybe we should just do like something non-traditional. If you're interested in that, tell me what the outcome is here for the singles. We've got the Two of Pentacles, we've got the Hermit in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. So somebody here is saying that maybe we can see each other a little more if we go slower. That could be. And somebody here with the Two of Pentacles is feeling like a little bit wobbly. I feel like somebody, for some of you, might ask for more time. Can we just not define the relationship right now? Can I have more time? I'm just going to bring to the front here is that the Knight of Swords is here. I feel like for some of you, I feel like you're exhausted with talking with someone not listening. Knight of Swords is like, but the Nine of Wands is here. I'm getting exhausted with this conversation going round and round and round. So I feel like somebody is coming out of hiding. I think somebody has been thinking about you and the situation at hand. This could also be somebody here who is that you've met and you're wondering when they're going to call you back because we haven't seen each other since the last time we saw each other at that group event. It feels like somebody's been wobbling about what to do. Seven of Swords, and you don't trust the situation. Look, there's a choice. Everybody has a choice. You have a choice to walk away. You have a choice to move forward. Everybody has their choice. It's never about the other person, so stop putting it on them. You're the one that's making the choice for you, right? So the thing is that some of you, you'll just dive right in and say, okay, well, let's do it then. Let's do it. And for some of you, you're going to be like, no, thank you. The thing is that I feel like for some of you, this is a Knight of Wands situation. It feels like it feels good passionately. We're very compatible in terms of between the sheets and the excitement and the Leo energy, and maybe we're Sagittarius and Leo, I don't know, but it feels like two really boom, like we have this really good chemistry going on. But I feel like whatever decision you make, whoever you're making the decision about, or whoever's making the decision, it feels like it changes your trajectory. So it changes everything in your life. The thing is that the Empress usually wants to have children, right? If you're the person who wants to have children, you don't have to want children. But it feels like the Empress is like, look, I'm good on my own. I don't really need anybody to make me happy. I don't need external validation. I just want to know where you're at. That's all I want to know. And I don't trust that where you're at is making a decision about jumping in. I'm not telling you to force yourself to make a decision, fools in the reverse. If you're not ready to make the decision to jump in head first. If you're not, then don't. I don't think you're trying to force anybody to do anything. I think that you're just simply asking, what is going on here? I think you're asking for a defining moment. Are you going to pursue me or are you not? I feel like we could be talking about somebody who's flip-flopping. Gemini energy, Capricorn. We've got Gemini and Aries energy. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Aquarius. Libra energy. We've got more Libran energy. We've got Taurus. Sagittarius energy here, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I just got my little deck here. We're going to talk about who we're talking about. Who are we talking about? I feel like if you are dealing with a masculine, your masculine probably has dark hair. This is somebody who is very invested in their career. They put their career in front of everything. And that includes relationships. I feel like somebody here is very high up in whatever they do. So they might be like, a vice president or somebody who's very busy, someone who makes a lot of money or manages a lot of money. They could be a person who's in finance. They could be a banker or somebody who is in finance. I feel like this person makes really great financial decisions or really great decisions about finances for corporations. So they could be an actuary, like maybe they're the CFO of a huge conglomerate. I feel like this person is someone who's very organized and planned in terms of their work and their money and their material world. But when it comes to feelings, they clam up. This is a person who is fighting to be emotionally available or emotionally aware. So I feel like this person, it's a hardship for them to connect to their feelings because they're used to dealing in dollars and cents or practicality. All right, who are we talking about here? We've got Pisces. We've got an earth sign. So we could be talking about someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn and has a Pisces placement. This is not an ex. So you've not dated this person before. We've got Cancer energy. This person is very emotional, and that might be why the King of Cups is here, because they might, when they bring their feelings to the surface, might get overly emotional. Pisces and Cancer are super deep, but they cry a lot. Maybe they want to seem strong or stoic on the surface, and it doesn't matter if this is a feminine, a masculine, a man, or a woman. Somebody here, I feel, wants to be stoic on the surface, and they seek passion. So they could have Leo, Sagittarius energy, and Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. We have light hair. This person could have light hair. They could have children. There could be a father figure involved giving them information, or they could be someone who is a father. I feel like this person has had a string of good luck or good fortune in their life, and it could be financial. And that might be why they are not interested in a romantic relationship right now. This person could have light hair, dark eyes, or they could have someone who's dark hair. I did say that at the beginning, but I feel like this person has dark eyes nonetheless. Yeah, Sagittarius is the playful energy, the passionate energy. That's what it feels like here. This person could live close to you, and they're very intellectual, and they might say, now is not the time. I'm hearing a song. Hang on. Oh, very interesting. Okay. This is something quite personal, actually. My brother was a musician, and yeah, I'm hearing him say, she says she wants children, but right now's not the time. His name is Bobby J. Garrison. And yeah, right now's not the time. I feel like if you're a person who wants children right now, it feels like this person is saying, right now is not the time. I've already got 2 kids. I'm not really sure that I want to add to that right now. You might be talking about children with this person, or their view of children might be different than yours. I'll just leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching, by the way, and I'm going to continue on with these readings right through the month of February. Thank you so much. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.